welcome to the STEM Podcast, where we amplify voices of women in the STEM space. Now, the analytics world and the data world is full of things that normally look like numbers and foreign substances. But to hell with that. I am Clara Mlemba, and with me today is a young woman who, beyond her professional pursuit, has been dedicating her life mentoring young girls, facilitating projects and programs, mostly on coding, data analysis, and everything in between. So I want to give her an opportunity to introduce herself so that together we can delve into this world of the data sciences. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Clara. Hello, everyone. So my name is Suna Salum. I am a data scientist, but then again, as Miss Clara introduced me, I do facilitation and coordinating programs related to coding and STEM subjects. And most of what I've been doing in that space has been dealing with young girls, although there are some programs that involve young boys, but mostly I interact with young girls. Yeah, so that's pretty much a brief introduction of who I am and what I do.
Thank you. Can you share with the audience the educational journey that gave you the pursuit into the data sciences?
Okay. So I did my bachelor's degree in electronic science. So that's a bit different from data science.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that, and when I was in my third year, I attended this conference that is normally being done after every 2 years by Tanzania Data Lab. So the conference is called Data Tamasha. So through that conference, you get to learn what people in the data science field are doing. You get to interact with people in that space and everything related to data and revolution. So through that, now I got to know about data science, and then I became interested, and I decided to just apply for my master's immediately after I was done with my bachelor's degree. And that's how I got into the data science space. And through the scholarship that I got at D-Lab, that the same organization, Tanzania Data Lab, I've been able now to take part in these activities like facilitating, attending conferences, and it has helped broaden my vision and understanding more about data science and being able to also share what I learn with others.
How many events can you recall attending while you are a student in undergraduate concerning the digital world, AI, and technology at large?
So honestly, when I was in my undergraduate studies, I was not a person who would go to conferences and all. The Data Tamasha festival was the very first event that I attended. Probably even the last, I think. I don't remember attending any other. That was the only conference I attended, and that's what changed everything. So yeah, which is one thing that I normally regret. Like I didn't have the courage to go out and attend those events, looking at what other people are doing and all that. But then again, I'm also grateful that the one that I took the courage to be part of helped change everything around me and make me even a better version of myself than the one I was back then.
What do you think made you shy off from any other events back then?
First off, fear of okay, so I'm going to these events, but then I have no idea what the events are about. I don't know if I fit in. The fact that there are people in that space and they're already doing big things, like what would I even contribute by going there? And then there's this other thing, like when we were in school, we call them hubs. Yeah, we had different hubs. And when you go at first, you find the ones who were already there, and they're not even supportive, like welcoming you, asking you, okay, so what do you want to learn? We're here to help and all that. That was never there. So I saw that I am never going to be part of these things. Let me just do my studies and leave. So the fear that I don't fit in, also the people maybe I met back then were not that much of supportive and guiding, like what should I do, where should I go, and all that. And also ignorance, like I didn't know where to go if I needed maybe to learn something concerning a certain activity, or seeing like there were so many activities going on around college, and I had no one to ask like, what is this activity about? That guidance and someone encouraging you like, just go and attend, see how things go and all that. I lacked all of those. So maybe those were the main factors that made me shy away from everything.
You discussed about fitting in. Now, mostly when we hear fitting in the whole technology and digital world, normally many people don't envision seeing a young girl or a young woman fitting in that type of category. In that light, in all the events that you have been facilitating that were supposed to combine both girls and boys, or that you were attending, or maybe any training sessions that you had to take part in as a trainee or a trainer, what was the proportion of the female compared to the male?
Male were many. Male were many. Even like when we do the projects where we have both male and female, the ones who apply mostly are male. I'll give an example. We had this project lately. It was concerning youth, but I would say maybe 25 of female were there. The rest were male. Like male were so many. Females were around, we had around 30 participants, and I don't recall if female could get to 10 or beyond. So there were so few of them. Also in the programs where we do, because the other program that we do with both male and female, one of them is for young kids. So parents are the ones like to initiate that and bring their kids to us. So the last one we had two girls, and they were sisters, an older sister and a younger sister, and the other ones were boys. So you can see like the number of girls is very low compared to the number of boys.
So, what is your current area of expertise?
Okay, so I would say currently my area of expertise is the whole data science thing.
Okay.
So I'm currently trying to navigate on what specific I should focus on, because data science is a wide range of activities. You can be a data analyst, you can just be an expert in AI and machine learning, and you can do natural language processing. Like there are so many things. So currently I'm trying to learn all of them. I wouldn't say I'm at the perfection, but I'm doing all of them and trying to figure out now which one specific I would like to focus on, and that to be my area of expertise.
What role do you think that parents and guardians have to shape and let's say just fostering these young girls to pursue such type of careers in which most of them don't even see fitting in?
So parents play a large role, I would say, because there are times it may happen like a parent is not aware of a particular STEM subject or anything, because like parents know there's doctors, teachers, they're not very much aware of the rising skills and techniques. Like if you tell someone I'm doing AI or machine learning, so for parents who are not like, I don't know how to tell them, Gen millenniums or whatever, like the ones who are back then, they are not aware of this. So it becomes even difficult for them to support the young girls and letting them know like this is what exists. But then again, they play a large role. In what sense? Some parents, they may not know what you're doing, but just them giving you the courage and helping like, okay, so you want to do this, let me help you research about it, or doing this and that, plays a large role to helping that young girl grow to who they want to become. The support doesn't mean because maybe your parent is not into STEM or has not been doing STEM, then they should shy off when you're asking them about it and all that. So I would say parents play a large role in helping young girls and even boys becoming legends in the world of STEM subjects and STEM careers, regardless they have the knowledge about it or not.
Okay.
So there are different ways they could support their kids. It's just a matter of them having faith in what their kids are trying to tell them and helping them out in doing research or just a little guidance and the encouragement that you can do it. Sometimes a kid just wants a parent to tell them like you can do it regardless they know regardless they know about it or they don't know, just the courage is all that takes to help them out and they'll figure it out as they grow up.
How was your personal experience in this aspect of environment, friends maybe, and parents on whatever you're pursuing right now?
Okay, so first off, maybe I would say from my parents' side, growing up, my mother wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then again, I remember when I was going for my advanced level, I got similar grades for physics and chemistry and similar grades for mathematics and biology. So she was like, so are you going for PCB or PCM? And I told her, whatever I'll be chosen to do, I'll do that. So I was chosen for PCM. So I told her I'm not going to change my combination. I'll just go with it and figure out as I go. So they did not like tell me like you have to stick to this, like we are moving you out of the school, go for PCB or all that. They were there to support and they are like, okay, so if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And perhaps also because growing up, they were there to tell me like, go for science subjects and they were always encouraging me to study science subjects because both my parents are teachers.
Okay.
So that maybe also helped me to get to this point. But then again, if I tell them about data science, it's not a field that they are aware of.
Okay.
It's not something they know, but they just know it's something around STEM. So they are always like supportive, regardless that they have no idea what I'm doing. But then they're always there. And also with my friends, most of my friends are people who are doing similar activities, people who are in the STEM space. Some of them have excelled better. They have been doing great things. So they are also adding into nourishing me into becoming better as well.
No.
So like they say, show us your friends and we'll tell you
who you are.
Yeah, so it's very important to be surrounded with people who are like-minded and who are doing a similar activities. It's not bad having friends who are not doing the same thing.
Okay.
But then again, having friends who are doing a similar activity helps you grow and, they add something to it.
Great. Now I want to get to know that how did you start becoming a STEM advocate? Because you have been one of the very strongest STEM advocates.
Yes.
How did you get to be a STEM advocate?
Okay. So I would say, first off, I enjoy delivering what I know to others. So when I joined data science for my master's and got the scholarship, luckily I found like D-Lab has programs that they are doing for kids and young girls concerning the STEM subjects and everything. So that was a start for me. So getting that scholarship helped me now to have a channel to be able to deliver what I know and being a STEM advocate. So I would say at perhaps 70% has been contributed by D-Lab. And then now from there, I got to participate in other activities. Like now I got the courage to join the hubs. I was in one of the hubs at the university, and they are also doing a STEM advocacy. So
And offering what you did not get?
yes, offering what I did not get. So I've been also meeting like people from like we also have a boot camp, a machine learning boot camp. So I meet young girls who are also passionate. So they come to me, they ask questions. So that's basically how it goes around.
What challenges do you face when promoting the STEM agenda and the STEM program?
So I would say mostly challenges aren't directly to me, but maybe the society. In what sense? So, for instance, when we are recruiting young girls for the program that we're doing for young girls, it's called Code Like a Girl. So it's the same one we did in Mwanza. So when you're recruiting, we normally give phone calls to parents. So we go to schools, students register their names, those who are interested, and they write their parents' phone number. Then now we call the parents and tell them about the program. And now if they're interested, if they agree, now it's when the kid can join. But sometimes we face resistance from the parents. Perhaps also it's because of the scam things that have been going on. So they also think like it's a scam, it doesn't exist. How can you teach a girl for 4 days and they catch up and all that? Like, why are you also doing just for girls? What if you're just going to take them and teach them something that is not appropriate? So basically, the resistance is what we face mostly, especially when it comes to parents. It takes a while for them to trust you. So if you're doing maybe a 2 weeks course, when you do the first one and they see that the ones who came, they gained something, now that is when the second time they are willing to bring their girls out. But then sometimes we don't have a second time. We just do one in one region and we are gone. So it becomes a loss for those who could not join. So basically, the resistance is one of the biggest challenges that I face.
What methods or maybe what mitigations have you tried using to target any one of those challenges?
So when it comes like to the resistance, because we normally do that on phone calls, so sometimes they don't trust us, especially like when they hear like it's a young girl that I'm talking over the phone and all that. So sometimes we channel that to the management level and they talk to them. Sometimes we just try to explain to them. We send them maybe our website. They see that the program is real. They see that our organization really exists.
In previous outcomes.
Yeah, we send them maybe pictures, like this is what we did in this region. They see and everything, like evidence to just convince them to be able to agree and let their kids join. And sometimes it works, sometimes
It doesn't.
It doesn't work. So.
Too bad. But what learning platforms would you recommend for any beginner who wants to venture into the data sciences world, or maybe machine learning as a beginner? What platforms would you recommend to them?
Okay, so apart from before you get to platforms, so currently data science is being offered in bachelor's degree. There's a university that's offering that. It's called ESTEC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's offering that. So for those who are maybe graduating their advanced level, they can look into that and join. And for those who are trying to do that in their masters, so the University of Dar es Salaam offers that. But then if you want to learn it alone, we have online platforms like Udemy. They offer that. We have DataCamp. They offer that. Though some of them are you have to pay. So you pay for them and you study, and in the end they give you certificates. But some of them are for free, like a limited number of courses are free, and then the other
The rest
courses you
should be
have to
paid
pay.
for.
Yes.
Investing in learning.
Yeah.
Is important.
Yeah, exactly. And there are some like the data camp sometimes offers sort of a scholarship, so you apply and they would pay for you to do the studies, so you won't have to pay the fee. Yeah. So basically, those two are the main ones. We also have Coursera and Omdena.
Oh,
So
okay.
those four are the ones that I'm familiar of, and I know they are credible.
Based on your experience, what type of resistances or hindrances that face young women such as yourself when you're pursuing careers in the STEM space?
Okay. So resistance, there is that fact like you're a girl, can you really do it? Like I would say cultural norms and all that. Yeah, some communities still don't believe in girls, like they can do better. But then again, we have very few mentors who are female in the space. So it becomes difficult to look up to someone and know like, okay, so if I need guidance, maybe I should go to this person, or just having someone who inspires you to get to that. And we might not be lacking them, but then again, they are not exposed. Like, for instance, if someone wants to become a singer today or a musician, there are so many musicians out there or celebrities that they can look up to. But then when it comes to female in the STEM subjects, perhaps they are there, a lot of them, but then they're not exposed. Even if you tell me like to mention 5 female who are out there who are doing great in STEM, I might not be able to mention them because I have no idea where they are, who they are, what they're doing. So the lack of mentors is also something. So yeah. And something else is courage, I would say. Yeah, that being a girl and being courageous, like I can do this, or I can take this opportunity and work it out. But this courage is also accompanied with exposure. So, for instance, if you take a young girl who is living in Dar es Salaam and has been seeing these things, maybe they are somewhere near the university and they see the young girls who are doing things in the university, or like the girls who we go to their schools and we teach them, at least they know, okay, so at the University of Dar es Salaam, these girls are doing these stuffs and they're doing amazing. But then for me, for instance, I did not grow up in Dar es Salaam. I just came in to study. I grew up in Moshi. So when I was there, I had no idea these things existed. I came to know about them when I came to college. So the exposure is also accompanying that encouragement, because I have no exposure. So I'm also limiting my skills. I'm also limiting the way I think. I'll just be someone who receives what I'm given and is not even trying to figure out what other things are out there. Basically, those 4.
In the light of mentors and role models, do you have any word of advice or encouragement for platforms, say, such as ours, that is trying to get people such as yourself known out there, so that the girls can have a role model to look up to, and getting also how can other women come out and be open enough to take these young girls under their wing and mentor them through their journey?
Okay. So first of all, I really like this because it covers that part of mentors. Like, now people get to know, okay, so there's this one, she's doing this and this, and it becomes easier for them to understand what is going on around there. But when it comes to mentoring, sometimes it's passion. There are people out there who are doing great things, but they cannot be mentors. So for women to be able to like expose themselves, or agreeing to take young girls under their wings and mentoring them, that also takes passion, it takes dedication, and that drive that I want to help these young girls. So I'm not sure if that's something like you can induce in someone, but then if it can be induced, I would very much urge for those who are already doing great things, women out there, to accept that and be able to take young girls and mentor them so that they can also be successful at them. But then again, for this program, having them and linking them directly one-on-one would also be a great thing, because sometimes someone might see that is Suna and they've seen me in a podcast, but they cannot reach out to me, or they have no means like to get to me. So if you would be able to connect them directly to the young girls, it would also be a plus, regardless they're passionate or not. That would be figured out later. but I believe they'll just be able to share something with them that would perhaps help change them for good.
Personally, how open are you on handling your own mentorship program?
I would very much love that.
Oh,
Yeah, because as I said earlier, I like to share what I know with others. So having someone who is there and like I can transfer or guide them on what I've been doing and how they can get to it would be very nice for me. I would feel satisfied doing that.
that is amazing. Now, during your programs, how do you make sure that you can reach all these young girls now who are in disadvantaged areas, Because they are young girls, but also they are young girls who are disadvantaged areas. How do your programs manage to include all these people?
So I would again speak of the Code Like a Girl program. So the program, we normally do it during holidays, and of recent we have been going to different regions. So like the other holiday on June we went to Mwanza, and this time around we'll be going to Dodoma. So when we go to those regions, apart from just going to, because we are doing, yes, in Mwanza, but in the city. So what we do is we try to send invites to schools, not just for private schools, but for government schools as well. And we do our level best to make sure that the government school candidates are many, because we know there is where the resources are not
Limited and
yes,
all
they're
that.
limited. They might not even know what computer is and all that, just study the basic subjects that we always study. So like that is one of the things that we do to ensure that we have mostly government school candidates, but then again going around regions. Though we haven't been able to go throughout the country, but then maybe that's something we can think about. Yeah. So basically that's how we do it.
So, what are the next steps for you? What future are you anticipating in this career?
That's a very hard question. I'm anticipating a lot of things. Like first of all, being able to now focus on one thing, like I said earlier, and I would say being a guru at that.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. Then again, I also said I'm doing my master's degree, so being able to complete that, and that would also be an achievement. And now thinking of how I could transfer what I know to others. Some say I should be a lecturer, but then again, I'm not sure if I would want to do that maybe in the future. But having a program or something that would now help me to reach out even to the ones who are least advantageous, so that they can also now get to learn, even if I cannot like tell them everything that I know, but at least giving them light of what is out there and what they can do. So I'd say those are my top three points that I'm looking
Priorities.
for. Yeah.
Okay, that is great. Do you think that most girls who are known to be timid are said to shine most in most of the STEM subjects? Do you believe that too?
The ones who are
Normally timid and quiet are known to shine the most in STEM subjects, but also they are the ones who are normally said to pursue these STEM subjects the less because they're thought of being hard and time consuming.
well, I'm not very sure about that, but um, STEM subjects sometimes don't require you to talk too much. So maybe that's why they think like the shy girls are the ones who are doing great at those subjects.
Okay.
But then I personally believe like everyone can do great in anything as long as it's something they want and they're passionate about it and they're dedicated to do it. They can do it, regardless you're quiet, you're shy, you're talkative. just as long as it's something that you really want, you can go for it and you can do it. And STEM subjects aren't hard. They're just like any subjects. In fact, if you ask me, I would say history is harder because I have to cram everything. And sometimes when you're writing essays, the teacher will give you marks just based on what they are feeling at the moment. It doesn't matter what you have written. Like your convincing power is what gives you marks. But when it comes to STEM subjects, it's facts and figures. It's something that are known, they have been proven, and if you know it, you know it. If you don't know, you don't know. So they're very straightforward. So I'd say STEM subjects are pretty much easier. You just have to dedicate your time to read them out and practice, and you'll do great.
So one takeaway message for the young girls out there who feel very disadvantaged and maybe they are at a place where no one thinks that they have a potential of pursuing a career in STEM, but deep down they do want to pursue a career in STEM. One word for them.
One word would be
Okay, maybe 3 sentences.
okay. First of all, start with what you have. It might be disadvantageous, but there are things around you that could help you figure out. Start with what you have. Don't wait for something else to come. So that's the first sentence. Start with what you have. The second thing, be courageous. As long as it's something you believe it's in you, find a way to expose it out. Be courageous and just go for it. The rest will be sorted along the way. And number 3, but also don't forget to hold each other's hands. They say if you want to travel faster, travel alone, but if you want to go further, go with others. So I believe there will be someone like you where you are who they also want to get to where you want to get. So as you are going through that journey, go together. It will help you out a lot because there are things they will know, you don't know, and you help each other out.
Okay, and also, what about these hubs? The number of hubs that constantly have been recruiting people, but as you have said, you didn't have a very positive experience. What do you have to say to these hubs?
Okay, so for these hubs, I would say if you have hub managers or hub facilitators, make sure they are people who are really passionate about helping others. Someone who are welcoming and they'll be willing to receive someone new and help them getting on board. Because most of the times, people are given maybe position just because they are good at something. For instance, the hubs that are around here, they are mostly on computer science, coding, programming, and all that. So just because someone is good at programming is given a position or a facilitation position at the hub. But that person is good at programming, is not good at welcoming others and bringing them on board.
People engagement.
Yeah, and we are normally told like people who do coding, they talk less and they are antisocial, which might be true. But then there are few who are very welcoming and all that. So when they're giving those positions, make sure you give it to someone who is willing to bring others on board as well. That will very much help. And also again, announce these hubs if you have them. Let people know that there are hubs existing. Let them know of the procedures, how they can join. Because sometimes they just know, okay, there's a hub there, but how do I join? No one knows. So if you're going to post them on social media, or if you're going to go foot on foot and tell them about it, it will be nice because it will give them vision of how they can be part of it and how they can benefit from it.
Thank you very much, Suna.
Thank you very much, Clara.
Now, with all those takeaway messages, please, young girls, start with what you have. Please, hub managers and owners. Don't make it a mystery. Please have welcoming people in there. There is a nation that you're supposed to foster, right? So until next time, everyone, please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more. Thank you.